In this video, we're going to take a look at how we set retainers and hourly rates in Kirmada. So the first thing to do is come into the home screen, choose the workspace that you want to set the retainers for, and click Edit Workspace. When you're in the workspace properties, as you scroll down, you'll see that there are two columns here, workspace billing and team billing. On the workspace billing side, you can see we've got default hourly rate. Now, all default hourly rate does is sets the default rate for people who are joining your team. So if you're working on your own, this isn't really something that's relevant for you. However, the retainer and budget is where you set your client's retainer. So setting a retainer here will start the countdown and you'll be able to see how far through the retainer you are as you work during the month. Even if your client doesn't have a retainer, it's worth setting a budget here because quite often clients will have a sensitivity over a certain price point when you're invoicing them. So by setting that budget here, you'll be able to see exactly where you are during the month in relation to their budget. On the right hand side here is team billing, and this is where we set our chargeable prices. If you're working on your own, then probably the only rate that you'll want to set is your hourly chargeable price, and this is the hourly rate that you're billing your clients. If you have a team, then hourly cost price becomes more important because that's what you're going to be paying your team members versus the hourly chargeable price, which is what's going out to your clients. And then for every person in your team, you can also set a personal budget, and the personal budget is simply a budget for that person that they shouldn't exceed. And when you've set a budget for them, say for example £200, and you're paying them £20 an hour, they will see when they're working that they have a clock that starts at 10 hours and counts down and shows them exactly where they are in relation to their budget. Now, from time to time, you want to change these prices. So what you do is you click Update Rates here on the right-hand side of the screen, and this will allow you to put in your cost price, your billable price, and your personal budgets. One thing that's worth noting here is that you can set different periods. So for example, if I wanted to put my price up from the beginning of this month, then I can add a period, put the date back to the 1st of October, and then from the 1st of October until any time in the future, if I wanted to be charging £37 a month instead of £35, then this will allow me to have different price bands for different date ranges. And this is really important, that if you do put your prices up, you want your historical timesheets to show the price that you were billing at that time. And so by having these different date ranges, it allows you to do that, and it makes sure that your reports stay historically accurate. So when you finish changing everything that you want to change, you click Apply, and that applies throughout the databases, and you are done. Now it's worth having a quick look at how things work on a team basis. So if I just go back to the home screen and choose a team that's already been set up, if I click on Edit Workspace here, you'll see that the team billing actually has different rows for the number of people that are in the team. And for each team member, I can set them an hourly cost price, which is what I'm paying them. I can set them an hourly chargeable price, which is what I'm charging the client. And again, this is where I can set the personal budgets. And I can also set a default timesheet category for each person in the team. So if somebody is doing, for example, primarily research for this client, then I can set up their default timesheet category to be research, and when they go into the workspace, that'll be pre-selected for them, so they don't have to remember to keep changing that every time they go in. It's already pre-selected to the thing that they do the most often. So that's how you set up team billing and workspace billing. And once you've set up a budget or a retainer and you've put in your hourly rates, you'll see that on the workspace cards you will have a time remaining set, and this is telling you how much time you have left in the budget that you've set. So as you're working, you'll be able to see that going down without having to go into the workspace. And likewise, if you have team members working in these workspaces, then they will see the time remaining that they've got set for them as well, either based on their budget or as a calculation based on the team as a whole. So everyone is kept in the loop about how much time is left to work on the client's project. And that is how you use budgets and retainers and set your hourly rates in Kirmada.